Today's lecture is addressing the casting defects. So defects are always existing with all the process. Only thing is we have to control or we have to adjust with the defect which is present in the product. Then only we can go for smooth operation, or else everything will be waste. Let us go to the slide. So casting defects. What are the defects you may expect? Maybe very easily I can tell that porosity, because of the gas trapped in the casting process. Okay, that one. Okay, second, we have seen something about pattern allowance, etc. So distortion, yes, obviously. Third, metallurgical point of view, I can easily say that the structure of the micro grains and etc, what they formed. Maybe if you're taking the materials like steel and titanium, we can't expect the similar structure like Widman structure, martensite formation, that it is very difficult to control. Okay, let me check. As you can see, some defects and porosities are available in the casting. I personally thank the website from where I have taken. You can see some holes are different parts are available, but they are very bigger in size and close to each other. This is very severity when you are going to write the report in NDT result. You have to check according to standards what is the location of these porosities and how they are going to affect. If close porosities within short distance and bigger in size is highly severity, we should not allow. As you can see, some lack of material is available over here, and you can see some tear off is available. Something, one more image also I have. Let me check. See, blowholes and porosities, short pore, it is not going to close this thing. Lack of material is available, inclusions are available, and you can see mismatch. If you are not putting the trap and cope box perfectly, this will going to happen. Right, simple mistake making bigger impact on the product. During the product fabrication, we can't see. Once solidification is over, we are going to take and see this as a surprise. Okay, let us go to that slide quickly and we can watch what are the things. And few more things: cold shunt and cracks. Hot cracking is also very difficult to control, but if you want, you can put some chillers. Okay, not chaplets, chillers to mold, so that it will quickly cool down, okay, before curing the crack and etc. But however, we can try to control. We can't say this 100% we going to control, right? Cold shunt, you are going using gate to gate, so from that gate only liquid metal will come. Before is meeting both side, it will be solidified, so that cold shunt is occurred. And cold shoot, as you can see, some metal spatters are available. They will be cold easily and they are occupying this space, and that's it. So don't confuse with the shout and shoots. I have clear cut differentiation between these two. Okay, now we'll see overall casting defect. As you can see, lot of available blowholes. Yes, if the gear is entrapped, it will be happen. This is due to the excess moisture content and water vapor available in the molding sand. It is available. Pinholes, you can see pinholes are available in the surface area. You can see the size is very less compared to blowholes. You can see blowholes are randomly arranged. They can be in surface or volumetric level. You can see the size also very bigger, very difficult to control. Pinholes and these things, if you are properly making the vent, so that gas will be escaped while fabricating the casting process. With respect to that, we can control easily. And you can see the misrun. I have made some arrangement, but the end is very sharp corner. We are unable to finish. The reason maybe before is reaching the end, it may be solidified. We will see how we are going to rectify this mistake in upcoming slides. And shift or mismatch, if you are not putting the cope and track box properly, it will happen like this. Drop some provisions, no need of making any explanation. So also I have explained during the pattern allowance, metal penetration. The liquid material will start to penetrate the molding sand which is surrounded over here. If we are not perfectly molded, or if you are not using the facing sand perfectly, this will happen because that is liquid material and high temperature, it will penetrate due to capillary action. We can't stop it. Maybe pressure difference also may be one of the reason why they are going for penetration. Coefficient are already told before it's reaching. Assume that you're going to pour the material here, it is going from here, and you have to reach over here to finish the process. But before it's going to reach here, it will be solidified due to the longer time it took. So heart here, some small cracks available. Again, shrinkage of cavity. So while making shrinkage, they made the cavity, and this thing slag inclusion is nothing but putting the foreign elements. If our oxides or scales formed when we are taking the molten metal from one place to another place. Come quickly, we'll go for another one. So you can see, to avoid to give uniform liquid or liquid as material to get input to here, you can see there is a uniform arrangement is available. When I first pouring the material, it will reach this one, second only it will reach here. So I made some extra arrangement over here. So first it will collect the molten metal over here, then uniformly it will push the metal to up to here. You can see I have put extra extension chiller so that it will extend up to this much. After that it will slowly getting inside this object. So uniformly I can feed the materials, and we discussed what type of error that can be, defect can be fulfilled if you are using this type of getting system. And second one, I told coefficient disappear before it's going to reach another extreme end. You can see there is a small test we are having. So by using that testing arrangement, we have to identify how long the liquid will be in liquid, and after that how much time it took to begin solidification. So what we have to do, we just pour the molten metal from here. It's like a spore area, then it slowly goes. It's like a spiral arrangement. Yes, when how much spiral it was crossed, that's called the fluidity index. This diagram and explanation is available in Kalpathy Jain. You can see I can taken from the Pearson, and here's the name Kalpathy. If you want more detail, you can go for it and you can go through it. So whether this thing is really helpful to our casting process, do you want to know? Yes, absolutely. Here we having a thermocouple so that we can identify at how much temperature it took. Okay, at what temperature it is start solidifying, that we can easily arrange it. It's a cross section view, it's a top side view, and more than that you can see it's a pure material. I will take it from one research article, I think. Yeah, here from pure material you can see 5% SiCP they have, silicon they have added. You can 12.58% of silicon carbide they have, carbon they have added. You can see how much index is available, how much index is available, how much index here is available. See, simple adding materials, it changing the property. This is an example how we can easily identify the fluidity testing for the casting materials. You can see if you take this is argon or this is argon. Okay, let us check here to here 1 2 3 and somewhat. Here check, you can check 1 2 and 3 and somewhat. Here check 1 2 only it will come, and it's not finishing the another circle, right? Another thing is proper design of pouring basin and etc. Thing is, pouring basin always like this type of curvature structure. You can see the dimension. You cannot simply take as your own. There isn't some calculations are available. We have to use that calculator so that uniformly molten metal will initially conduct here, then it will fill. After that it will uniformly go here. You can see the cross section of here is bigger, here is small, so that it can increase the velocity. We cannot go and push it because it's a molten metal. And you can see some skim cores are available. Sometimes strainers are available to filter the molten metal and giving uniform velocity. It may be produced with high temperature ceramic materials. You can see strainer which is going to allow the molten metal uniformly. Splash core is available sometimes, because if metal is coming with high velocity, it may damage the mold. Sometimes there is a lot of material may be stored over here. They may produce some cavity, extra cavity, so that we are. You can see skip bumps are available. There is two skip bumps, you can top side and bottom side. If heavier impurities available due to the density difference, it will come here. If lower density impurities are available due to less density, it will always float and it will find over here, right? And this is a perfect arrangement. You can see it is fill and it will flow like anything, right? And a proper pouring basin, and this is the detail and their applications, why we are using this pouring basin and this type of shapes, right? and you can see some calculations. When you are going for calculation, these things will be very helpful, and we will see shortly. Gating system, you can see gating is nothing but opener. You can see top side, from the top side it was open, from the bottom side molten metal is coming, and the bottom side only it is entering the mold. And you can see middle, in the middle exactly, and the partition line we have made, and we are giving the supply. And you guys are understand very well about how the casting defects are produced, and what are the ways to control the casting defects. So for identifying, one more time only I place this image, and thank you for your patience. Thanks.